We are going to cover Excel for this portion. You will need to download the MLB Team Stats file off of Edmodo. You may already have that file, or I've also attached that to this post. And what you'll get is a file that is a lot like this. What you see in your Excel is a little bit different than what this looks like. This is Excel for Mac, but all the terminology is still the same, and everything that we're going to do here is the same. So first, what we're going to do, and some of you may have already done this, one thing you can see, you can make columns smaller. Again, each of these letters is a column. You can make them smaller by going to the edge, clicking them, and dragging them smaller. So we're going to get rid of runs. There's nothing that we're going to do with this that we need runs for. So in order to get rid of a column, you go over the column header, the D, and click it so you select everything. And then you will right click on it and press delete. And that gets rid of the whole column and moves everything over. If you want to select multiple columns at once, you can click one, and then you go to another one and press Control and click. Control click. Make sure you're hitting the letter at the top, otherwise it won't work. And so we've selected 4 there, and again we can right click on it and press delete, and it deletes those 4 columns. We will also get rid of our strikeouts because we don't care about that right now. We'll get rid of our ground into double plays, and we'll get rid of our intentional walks and left on base. Right click and delete. The next thing we're going to do is learn how to put in some formulas. We're going to start with batting average. You can call it whatever you want to call it. We'll call it batting AVG. And of course, the formula for batting average is your hits divided by your at-bats. So in order to put any formula into a cell, each of these, as I click on them, are called cells. In order to put a formula there, you start with the equal sign, and then for this one, which is pretty simple, again, it's hits divided by at-bats, you go over to the hit column we're in the same row here. So we're doing this for Arizona. And you click on that, so you have D2. D is your column, and 2 is your cell. So cell D2 is your row, excuse me. You have your column letter and your row number for the cell you're looking for. So we want D2 / to divide it by, and then we'll do at-bats, which is C2. And then we press enter. So we have a batting average of .25863284. Of course, in actuality, we want that number for batting average to be to 3 decimal points. So you see up here, it looks a little different again, but when you're on your original taskbar up here, there you have a drop-down menu. You can click on number, and that takes you to 2 decimal points. And then right up here, you have these 2 arrows right here. And if you hit the left arrow, it takes you to 3 decimal points. And that is how batting average, if you look at it in any box score, is shown. Now, we have 30 teams. We want to do that same formula for all 30 teams. So all you need to do for that is click on that cell, which has your formula in it, and you will copy it, which you can do with Control-C on a PC. It's Command-C on a Mac, but we're all on PCs, so Control-C to copy it. And then what you do is you highlight all of the below cells that you want to copy that formula to, and then you press Control-V to paste. And then it pastes that formula in there for every team. So now you can see what every team's batting average is. So let's do that for slugging percentage. We'll do SLG for slugging. And again, here we have equal sign. And slugging percentage, again, is total bases divided by number of at-bats. Over here, column H is our total base column. So again, we just click on that. Divide by at-bats, press enter. And then to do the number thing again, we highlight the column, go up here, choose number, and choose the decimal point 1 over. Now, another way to copy the formula to all the below cells, if you see right here in the corner, when you mouse over it, your cursor changes a little bit. It might look slightly different on Windows, but it does change there in the corner. If you click that and drag it down to the end of what you want to do and let go, it automatically copies that formula. And also, if you notice, it copies the formatting. So we have it to 3 decimal points all the way down. So I want you to do this, continue doing this for 2 additional columns. We want it for our stolen base percentage, and we want it for our on base percentage. Again, stolen base percentage, you take, we do our equal sign, and it's our stolen bases, which is E2, divided by, now we have to do this part in parentheses, our E2 plus F2, and close our parentheses. The bottom of the stolen base, the denominator of the stolen base formula is our total stolen base attempts. For that we need stolen bases plus caught stealing. We press enter, and there we go. Change that to a number, and just for consistency's sake we'll do it out to 3 decimal points. Another way you can do this, instead of dragging it all the way down, such as if you have a really long list, you can click that. You can first you need to copy your formula. Remember, Control C. You can click the cell below. You can scroll down to the last cell and press Shift and left click there, and it will select all of those, and then you can paste those there. Again, Control V, and you have your stolen base percentage for everybody. And then on base percentage, again, our formula for on base percentage, we need for each part we need to do it in parentheses. So in parentheses we have our hits plus our walks plus our hit by pitch, close parenthesis, divide all of that. Actually, we're dividing all of that. If you go over here to B2 to plate appearances, it's really divided by plate appearances. That number should be the same as if you would add your at-bats plus your walks plus your hit by pitch plus your sacrifices, should equal 63-34 in this case. For this example, we actually already have our plate appearances, so we can just press enter. Again, get that down to 3 decimal points. And then we're going to drag that down to team number 30. Let go. And there we have our on base percentage. Now let's say we're going to take this one step further here. If you wanted to sort by any of these numbers, you click your go over to the number 1 here, so you have a right arrow, and you click on that, so you're selecting your top row. And then in order to be able to sort that, you can click on Data, and then Filter. And then that brings up these arrows, which we've done before. And then say you want to sort this by slugging percentage descending, so you want to see the highest, best slugging percentage from last year, and that's the Boston Red Sox with a .446. So that is some very basic Excel stuff. I want you to do the same thing on your MLB team stats file, and let us know if you have any questions.